So my name remains Kariuki Josephat. I've been around here for 12 years. Super excited to host this meeting. You know, things have really changed. When we were building our business, which I built from scratch all the way to the top, that is president team members, there was really nothing to talk of social media. Actually, we were avoiding it because it was time wastage. That time, it was time wastage. I remember we used to discourage people from spending time on Facebook and Instagram and all that. And everything we did was just physical meetings, physical interactions with the people. Everything was physical. But you won't believe, over the last one decade, things have changed so much that if you only depend on physical interactions and meetings, then you definitely will not catch up with the world. And that is why we are dedicating Fridays to really train on aspects of social media, how you use social media to take your business to the next level. And we don't want to leave anyone behind. Sometimes some people feel like, oh, this is for the young people. No, as long as you are not expired yet, this is yours. And we say, even if you are 81, but you feel in your body, you feel you are 18, you are good to go. But if you are 18 in the national ID, but you feel in your body and mind, your thinking system, you feel you are 81, then you are. So open your mind to possibilities. Tell yourself what one man can do, any other can do. And you embrace social media to build your business. You are not going to do away with the traditional means and methods and strategies that you've been using, but you deliberately integrate that with the social media aspects. Those who have done it before, those who have really embraced it, they are doing very well. We did some recognition today, and I saw people like Ryle, Coril, Wycliffe Muga, and Pamela, Mother Jaja, you know, featuring in the top 20 of the people who are doing very well in terms of sales. And this is purely because they have embraced social media. So it's a practical thing. So let's get on it. And we are very lucky and grateful to have an expert who has volunteered to work with us, and to make sure that everyone who is really interested gets it right. He'll be picking up from where he started last week and take us to a whole new level, and we'll be continuing in the next coming weeks. So it's my pleasure to welcome Felix Oluoch. Please, Felix, you can take it from here.
Hello.
Yes, go on.
How do you do?
Doing very well. Go on.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. My name is Felix Oluoch. I'm a social media strategist. I'm a web designer. I'm a graphic designer. Been doing business through social media and online from as way back from 2009 when I was in high school, learning about computers and all that. And later out of high school, it became a full-time thing. So this the other time we had this session and we talked about 11 tips. If you are not with us, you can go find that link. We will give you that link in the description or in the chat so that we can all be together. So we're going to just go into 3 or 4 very solid points that can really be of help to you. Okay. Trying to give me a few. I share my screen in a very good way. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So let's talk about social media. Yes. These days, social media, if you don't do it right, social media will not be so social. You know, when social media becomes not so social, and um, you find yourself and but if you do things right, you can be of help to you and your business. So I'm going to go to the first point. Our agendas is the first point will be creating eye-catching visuals. The second is keep copy short and sweet. Copy is a word we use when you're saying anything you are writing, anything you're composing, whether in visuals, through social media, it's called copy. So when you create an ad, it's called an ad copy. Include a direct call to action. That's the third thing. And according to the second, to keep it short and sweet, I did not include a fourth point. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the presentation. You see, create eye-catching visuals. As for example, as you can see, there's this is an example of how you can stand out when everyone is putting in visuals that are lackluster. Sorry, visuals that are lackluster. You need to stand out in the crowd. So, as I explained the other time, when it comes to eye-catching visuals, as I've tried to put it, you see here there is a lady and she has makeup on, and you can notice her. You can notice that she is holding an impression. So it takes only 2.6 seconds for a user side to choose where to land on a web page. A web page is any impression online on Facebook that is via an address. Yeah. So the use of eye-catching imagery increases the chances that the eyeballs of those people that you want them to see your content can see it. So first impressions are very important. And a point of note is that you should not overload images with text. If you're doing a poster, let it be very short. The fewer, the better. In fact, Facebook recommends you use text sparingly, and instead of crowding visuals with text, consider moving copy to the designated text area. So if it's a poster, we have designated text areas for a poster. We have designated text area if it's a text. If you must include text, use Facebook image text check tool. This is Facebook's image text tool that can tell you if you have overlaid your visuals with text. And always make sure that you are sized to spec. Low resolution visuals reflect poorly on your brand. And for this, I will recommend you, if you have a graphic designer, if you have some visuals that you are sharing across platforms, that you use Telegram. Telegram, most of images from Telegram are maintained, and it gives you an option to either compress your images or not, while WhatsApp doesn't have this feature in the open, and most people don't know. You see, if you have a post and you have shared it 3-4 times, the resolution of size to the resolution goes lower and lower and lower and lower. When you talk about size to spec, every poster that you make, if you're making a poster to go to your Facebook cover, it should be 16:9 in terms of size to spec. Yeah. If it's for Instagram, it should be 1:1 or 1080 by 1080. It's square. If it's for Facebook, there are dimensions that you should use for each social media platform. Because if you take an image, for example, that is meant for your Facebook cover and you use it for your profile, some of the image will be cut out. And you don't want this. You want to capture everything that you intended to do, or every message that you intended to put out. So check out Hotsuite's handy image size guide to make sure that your assets meet the right size. Hotsuite is an application. So always be writing these points. I've said image to text tool, Hotsuite. Those are two that will help you in terms of making sure that size to spec is okay, that your visuals are in line, you have not overcrowded your visuals with a lot of wordings. And if there are wordings, you have put it into their designated areas. We have GIFs and videos. Yeah, and just the other day, Elsa Majimbo was giving a talk on Steve Harvey. Don't joke with the power of a well-done video or eye-catching content. You may have the intention of advertising or creating content, and then it goes viral, and your project or your copy, your ad copy now is even making you money in itself. So opt for movement over static imagery to nab users' attentions. Don't forget to test vertical videos for mobile devices. So vertical videos, what we mean is, you see on your phone capability, you can put it on portrait or landscape. I always advise anyone, if you don't know size to spec, just go for 1:1. If you have a graphic designer, just tell them to give you 1:1 or 1080 by 1080. So keep copy short and sweet. And this is what we were saying, that your ad should be very short, or anything that you're putting out there as you're trying to put out your business presentation. Crisp copy is often the second element of a strong ad. And if there's too much, user might not even bother to read it. So you should get very personal. Use you are, and not we. Because studies have shown that we is just better for returning customers. Avoid jargon, keep it simple. If you're targeting people who are not of very high educational background, use even Swahili, yeah, and keep things to the point and in a language that people understand. If you're targeting vernacular radio, don't use English, just use the vernacular, but just create something that is worthwhile and that is understandable. On this point, I would like to say that sometimes it's so hard to know what is important and what to leave out or what to just put in. Yeah. We used to have there's a mentor of mine who told me I should always have a 15-second pitch of whatever I'm doing on a lift. Think of a poster as the as as a 3-second pitch that you want just somebody to see in 3-4 seconds. They has already gotten what the visuals is about. Should not be confusing. It should be very to the point, and it should be appealing to the eye. That means the color should be right, or it should be awesome. That's why you see I use reds, I use purples and neon colors that are appealing. Did you know that peacocks actually attract each other because of this same spectacle? So if you do it on a poster, it will have the same effect. So you should include a direct call to action. And this is very important. So you have created your image or your caption or your poster. It's already there, but it doesn't have a direct call to action. It doesn't have a contact. It doesn't have an email. It doesn't have a way that somebody can follow you now that they are convinced of your content. Never forget to include a direct call to action. For YouTube, it's subscribe. For Twitter, it's follow. For Facebook, it's like, follow. Yeah. For LinkedIn, it's follow. You should always share your hashtags. You should always tell people to share your content, because you should not assume that they just know that they should share. Tell them to share. Tell them if it's a meeting, tell the people are captured by your post to come to the meeting. Join us. Yeah. Or use such appealing and short messages. So call to action, since conversions are all about motivating actions, we talked about in the other meeting about conversions. So you go back to mathematics and we go back to the law of average. The law of averages. The more people you approach, the more success rate that you have. And it's the same even online. So when you're boosting a post, yeah, don't just boost any post. Make sure that the post is actually popular and you're seeing this post is actually good and people are responding to it, so that you don't waste money. So conversions is all about motivating actions. A strong call to action is essential. Strong verbs like start, discover, find, explore are great if your conversion goal is to have users visit a product page or learn about your company or learn about your business presentation, learn about what you're doing, what you are about. Yeah. Always advise people, especially in this business, to advertise more of their persona than the company. Put yourself out there. Yeah. If you see you're awkward, you don't know a lot of English, or you just know Swahili, use your awkwardness to your favor. Yeah. There are a lot of people who have, for example, Elsa Majimbo. She used her awkward nature or just to stand out in comedy wise. She caught people sharing her content. So if your goal is to drive purchases, subscription, or direct with phrases like buy now, sign up, yeah, we'll give you more tips on CTAs, what we call call to action. If you don't have a call to action, you have captured an audience and they don't know what to do. So make sure direct call to action is very clear on your Facebook. Every post that you post, if it's on a page, it gives you an option for direct call to action where you can add a phone number, where you can add a WhatsApp number, or where you can add several things that you want them to do. Direct call to action is like a preacher preaching so well, yeah, motivating people to their tears and their knees. Then it doesn't have an altar call. Just imagine, big crusade, watu wanataka kuokoka, people wanna get saved, but there's no altar call, so he doesn't convert people to actually join the cause of a gospel that you are preaching. What is your gospel today? What is your call to action? My call to action right now is that you should stick with me through this, and make sure that after this you follow the instructions that you're given to you, that you share our pages, you share the YouTube. Yeah, that's our call to action. Your call to action may be join the business presentation, or come and see a product demonstration or something of the sort. So thank you for that short presentation. I want to take a Q&A, question and answer session, and so that I can hear from you people, you great people of God. I want to hear what are some of the things that you see are challenging for your online work, or as you're trying to go online. What are some of these things that are hindering you from exploring these opportunities and even going higher? So you can actually just write your question there. Yeah. Just write your question in the chat section. I'm going to see it and I'm going to answer it. Is your question on WhatsApp? Is your question on IG? Is your question on YouTube? If it's your question on LinkedIn, which are the platforms that you think can most be appropriate for this sort of business that you're having, or any other? Yeah, I want to see you putting the questions out, and so that we can have an interactive question and answer section. Yeah, last time we did not have it, and I had so many people who had questions on the chat, and I was like, let me give people like 5 or so minutes to ask some questions, if there are. Dr. Joshua, do you have a question?
Of course, I'm sure you want me to start so that those who are typing,
Yeah.
those who are typing can be typing.
Yes.
Mine perhaps would be quite general. What I've seen with many people when they are starting using social media, there is tendency to fear. You know,
Yes.
one feels like, oh, my private life is about to go public. What advice would you give on that? Now that we are saying no social media, no progress, yet people are like they want to remain in their private life.
Now, to deal with privacy, what you have to do is you have to appropriate what you want to do, or the result. Always look at what result you want. You want to sell a product. Yeah. Most of the time, when I read in The Art of Persuasion by Napoleon Hill, but most people don't actually buy products, they buy into what the presenter or the salesperson is selling. So you'd want to prepare yourself. Yeah. Let your Facebook be amazing. Let it look professional. Yeah. And when it looks professional, now you have the courage. It's like going to a football match, and then you prepare. So anytime that you want to go online and you want results, prepare for it. Say, I'm going for a photo session, I'm going to have fresh images, and then after I have this, I'm going to tell people about this. You're going to have more more resolved, because people are going to see there's something new that you're doing, and now they want to be engaged with you. I hear there's a question here: advice on going live on social media. So live is very important. Going live, matrices are showing us that people are responding more to live sessions. But there is an optimal time for you that you should go online. People want to be engaged in the morning, like 6 to 7 before they go to work. Some people are online checking on whatever happened, whatever they missed, just before they go into their 8 a.m. to 5 jobs. Later in the evening at 9 or 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., people are on TikTok, people are on YouTube. These are appropriate hours for you to go live. And when you're live, there's people who are your usual and be your consistent, and to go live, the things that you need. You need at least a ring light. Yeah, even me, I need to actually buy one. So your ring light will make sure that your images are sharp and you look very presentable. For ladies, you can apply some makeup, just accentuate whatever that you're having. Yeah, for gentlemen, just look presentable. Yeah, and you start getting a following. And soon, as I still start going live, because already we have some devices we have bought to make sure that you'll be doing that. Another question from Stella. Hi, Felix, I opened my page and even paid for, but I lost it and difficult to get. What can I do? Very good question, Stella Chiburet. If you want to get back your Facebook, it's very easy. Facebook these days can even verify your image through your laptop, through your phone. What you need to remember is the phone number you used, one, or the email you used. If you have access to your email, go and just on the search bar, search for Facebook. It will bring all the Facebook notifications and the actual Facebook passwords that you had, because when you have your password, you always be notified through your email. So through your email, you can get a lost account. Through your phone number, you can get your account. If you have two-factor authentication, even better. You cannot lose your account to any hacks. You have seen a lot of people who are malicious, and there was a viral thing going around and people are being tagged, and the content of those tags was R-rated. You know what I mean? It was very sexual perversion, and people are getting trapped, and they would lose their accounts totally because of what we call phishing. Phishing is a type of hacking where you can create a mirror site so that a person thinks it's Facebook and it's not. So if you cannot do that, make sure you can
Yeah,
through Dr. Josephat,
we can reconnect.
yeah.
Yeah, Stella, you can talk to me tomorrow in case that is technical, so that
Yeah.
Felix can help us. Now, Muga is asking between boosting and running ad. Of course, personally, I've used both.
Yes.
My experience has been either way you be, as long as you are doing it so well, very presentable. Either way, I found that I'm able to get the traffic that I want. But maybe Felix, maybe you have some more experience on that. Is there any difference? Do we have one better than the other?
Again, yes. It depends with the result that you want. If you want people to go to an event, don't boost the page. Boost the post with the poster. Yeah. If you have, let's say, Zoom, and you want a lot of people in our Zoom, we can create an e-event through Facebook and put the links for Zoom there. Then we will boost this particular post, not the page, so that, remember, the result is very specified when you get into them. So you need to be very, very result. You need to focus on result, on what you really, really want to do, so that your direct call to action is this link. Hit this link and join our Zoom at this time, or join us for this event, or you want people to come to your WhatsApp. You want that link you want to see more people talking to you on your WhatsApp. So if you want to grow your page, your audience of your page, sponsor your page as it is. It's called promote. You see a small button or so called promote. You can promote your page. And promotion, you can promote your page for as little as 500, 200 bob, 100. So, but the best results is from 1,000 people. Don't you if you have an ad, don't risk with 500. Go for 1,000 and higher. This is because I've seen that with ads that are below 1K, they don't build up the momentum that they should, so that they get very optimal results. Another question: can you link your WhatsApp to the Facebook, and how effective will it be to business? Now, the 3 years back, I think 4 years back, Facebook acquired WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is part of the conglomerate of Meta. Facebook changed its name, its parent company, to Meta, and Meta has Facebook, as Instagram, and as WhatsApp. So all these social media platforms are you can integrate them, and actually right now you can actually sponsor directly a status or WhatsApp status to go directly to your WhatsApp. You can have a link and even a QR code which you can send to somebody and even boost it. You can actually even promote your Facebook, your WhatsApp catalog, and advertise it on Facebook directly. And it will help you, it will help your business. Remember, to do this on your WhatsApp, you need to have WhatsApp business. And WhatsApp business has a cover. Make sure you have a good cover there that is interesting. Make sure you have a very good profile picture. See, like my dad has the funniest WhatsApp profile. He's close like this to the screen, like this, and it's captured. So it's not so attractive, and it looks unprofessional. Yeah, it needs to be something suave. It needs to be something that is that has the essence of the business in it, and people can see what we are doing. As people are typing, perhaps I can go to I can add on a previous question between boosting posts and running ads. So there's something that people really don't do when they're running their ads. They are not, people just run them, but whatever they do, it's not data driven. Yeah, we don't really take time to study the analytics on Facebook. For example, if you study your page and you see more people that are actually accessing your content are from Tanzania. Like me, I have a page, and it's I have an audience in Tanzania than even Kenya. So most of my posts, sometimes I always try, if I have a post, I post in English and then I do a translation in English so as to capture people. It's so important for you to know where your audience is. Yeah. If your audience is in Nairobi, Facebook data can categorize your audience to male, female, age, yeah, location. You can know even a particular estate or a particular place in Nairobi that more people are viewing your ads from, and this will help you to have very targeted ads that to be more successful. Yeah, so I hope I've answered your question. Yeah, so for a lost account is really easy. Email or phone number that opened that particular Facebook page. You can be able to recover it and be able, or if somebody hacked it, you can still be able to regain it. Yeah, because there are people who steal verified accounts, verified Instagram accounts. So another thing, people even buy Instagram and Facebook verified accounts. Don't do that, because most of the time they are from people who have been hacked. So if you're going to buy an account and make it yours, make sure it's from somebody you know. Somebody you know. Yeah, because later it becomes a problem, and the Department of Criminal Investigation can actually be sent to you to nab you and ask you what you're doing with a hacked account, and it will bring problems. So
Maybe just to
seeing
add,
more eye-catching imagery from eye-catching imagery. Yeah, my presentation was appropriated just for that, so that you see the power of eye-catching imagery. It's very important for you to have a style, to have an essence, to have a theme that you carry, that carries the essence of your visuals. Don't change graphic designers. Now you have hired Felix Oluoch, then you disagree, you get another one. Then you get another one. For a brand, you need to choose a font that you'll be using. For your posters, you need to choose a color, you need to choose a logo, you need to choose a theme. Is your theme classic? Is it suave? Is it edgy? Is it urban? Yeah. Is it simple, or is it complex? Yeah. All manner of things can go to creating a very good image, or a very presentable image online that people are comfortable with and people will trust, so that people start giving you their feedback. So over to you, Dr. Joseph.
yeah, thank you, thank you so much.
I've exhausted. Yeah.
That's actually very, very well done, and we appreciate. Maybe just to add on what Felix has said, I've gotten a very important point there, that you shouldn't keep on changing, designs and everything. And I think I totally agree, because as you post stuff, people get used to seeing what you're posting, and they expect that you'll be posting something that looks like this, the font and the logo, everything. So now if you change, you are likely to confuse them, and perhaps they think, they might imagine that that's not you. So I really love that. The other thing I wanted to add and mention here is that team, remember, we know what we want at the very end. All these things we are discussing, all these things that we are doing, the end result is simple. We want to increase, to be very specific, we want to increase our sponsoring finally. If you are dealing with a product page, you want to increase your sales, your PVs and all that. But let me just talk more about sponsoring. If you are targeting to sponsor, then you need to make sure that you are consistent in what you are doing, because you are building what Felix will call a brand. And that's not something that you'll do just at once. Actually, it takes time, and people are following. They might not comment, they might not do anything, but the truth is they are following. But they get to a point where now you have bought them, even without them knowing, and they will start now asking you questions and engaging. But what I understand is that before you get to that point where people are now really like following you and clicking on your post and liking, you may have to be quite consistent even when you are not getting the reactions that you expect or responses that you expect. So the other thing still on that is then whatever you post has to be something that defines you as somebody. Something that defines you as somebody. I don't mean that there is a possibility of you being a nobody, but you see, recently one renowned personality, in a certain meeting that I attended, shared with the participants and told them, you know what, if you're not following Dr. Kariuki on what he's posting, then you are missing out big time. And I was all right. This gentleman never makes any comment, but he has been following. So let's check on what we post. My recommendation is always post leadership stuff, post exciting things, informative things that will make people to gain something. I mean, the more value you are giving to people, the more they will want to be with you for the longest. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let's be consistent on what we are doing. Actually, let me go back to the very first step. All of us 100%. Let's check on our account profiles. How nicely are they done? How attractive are they? Can someone like that profile from the face value, even before they see the kind of posts that you are doing? So that's the starting point. Then have some consistency of posting and know what kind of stuff you want to be posting. For me, mostly it's inspirational motivation. Then to make it a little bit easier, and so that I also look like a human being, like any other human being, once in a while, I'll post some lifestyle somewhere. I mean, even if it's just me and my family, we are somewhere, that light moment, so that they can see I'm also a human being who enjoys life. Those kind of things. But as PROs will always tell you, please never post things that will depict you negatively, like, oh, my headache today is killing me. Now, surely, people will know that you are just a sympathy seeker. Or you post something that is not so ethical, not morally very acceptable, or even forwarding things. And the final one is, please check on what people tag you on. Some people will tag you on very bad posts. Someone has put something that is very messy and they tag you. So if you're not keen to check on that and you untag, then you might be in trouble. For me, I know some may not want to do it that way. For me, I had to change the settings so that nobody can tag me without me accepting. So if you are tagging me, I'll get a notification. I will review whether it's something that I would want to be associated with, and I accept. If not, I delete. So it will not go public. So that is it. We'll be discussing many more things You don't want to ever miss any Friday if you are very serious with building your business. And let's be active listeners. Active listeners are people who listen so carefully, and they are synthesizing that so that questions are also emerging. I expect that after every session, we'll be bombarding Felix with questions so that you can understand more and more. Even from what he has discussed today, feel free to go and practice, and where questions emerge, write down. And then when we come next Friday, we can address those questions. Finally, my closing remark is that our page, the International Superstars Team page on Facebook, is doing so well, but still there are some many people who are like out there, they are not aware of what is happening. I will be so excited to see all of us using that page as our main recognition page, and we share the great stuff that we are putting in there. If you are not sharing, for me, I think it's really working for me, and for those who are sharing, we are able to prospect more. If you want to sponsor 10 personal, then you need to really capitalize on that IST, IST, the International Superstars Team. So those who step up, we are putting those recognitions there, very well designed. Do you know, I have not seen someone, they have been recognized with a very good curated, well-curated poster, and they don't even notice because they are not intentional to keep on checking on that page. What an opportunity you lose. Remember, it costs money to curate that kind of a thing, and we are doing it for you or for us as a team, and then you don't take advantage. That is sad news for once. We have our last month newsletter there with the excellent stuff right there. A tool you will use to build a very big business. Unfortunately, some people are not even aware. And we don't have to be, every time we post, we don't have to tell you, hey, go to the Facebook page. We have posted something nice. No, it's not possible. So we will stop at that for now. For our next session on social media, it's Friday, same time. But tomorrow,